I finally got the Blackmagic Pyxis, and today I want to share my first impressions of this camera, especially as someone who's primarily a Sony user. We'll talk about the build quality, usability, and a few other pros and cons. Now, I've been excited about the Pyxis ever since it was first announced, and even more so when I first held it in my hands at Eurocine Expo, so I'm super interested to finally have it here. A big thanks to Audio for sponsoring this video. Their music has been essential in the production of some of my creative work over the last year, so it's great to have them support this channel and videos like this one. First off, I want to talk a bit about my initial impressions and thoughts about the camera, the design, and the build quality. Looking at the camera lineup Blackmagic currently offers, the Pyxis basically sits between the Pocket Cinema cameras and their Ursa line. When first picking up the Pyxis, you can straight away feel the weight and the build quality of it. The chassis of the Pyxis is made out of aluminum and feels top-notch. The cube form factor also makes it perfect for rigging for whatever the shoot calls for. And this is really what got me most excited about this camera. There are a ton of rigging options available on the Pyxis right out of the box. There are excellent mounting points on the top of the camera, the bottom, and on the swappable side plate. But we'll dive more into rigging a little bit later on. On the other side, there is a one-shot autofocus button and an auto aperture on the top left. Below that, a navigation wheel, a still grab button, and a record button. Next to that, we get ISO, white balance, and a shutter button, followed by 3 customizable function buttons, which I currently have set to false color, LUT display, and frame guides. Then there's focus magnification, a high frame rate toggle, playback controls, a menu button, and a lock switch. With the lock switch turned on, the built-in touchscreen is locked, but it leaves the buttons and, more importantly, the record button active. This camera uses dual CF Express Type B cards for recording media. They're incredibly fast and also one of the more affordable options right now. One gripe I have is the floppy cover Blackmagic went with here. It feels a bit out of place with how well built and high quality this whole camera is, and then there is this weird rubber floppy cover thing. So I hope this is something Blackmagic will change in the future versions of this camera. Above the CF Express slots, there is a 3.5mm in and out. On the other side, from top to bottom, a USB-C for SSD recording, SDI out, timecode in, Ethernet, and a 2-pin LEMO. The Pyxis is powered by a Sony BPU battery, and these can be small, large, affordable, or very expensive. But what's kind of interesting and also strange, I guess, is that you don't get a battery in the box when buying this camera. You actually only get a power cable to plug the camera into a wall socket, so you will need to pick up a few BPU batteries when you get this camera. Another way to power the Pyxis is via V-mount, and I think this is how I will mostly be using the Pyxis. A smaller BPU in the camera and a V-mount battery on the back. That combination of BPU and V-mount would allow me to hot swap the V-mount battery, and I think that's going to be a good workflow for this camera. The Pyxis I have here is the L-mount version, but you can also get it with a PL or locking EF mount. I prefer the L-mount because it's the most versatile and adaptable to any other lens mounts. And I'll be using the Pyxis a lot in combination with the Mofage Poco PL adapter, which additionally gives me the extra benefit of having a variable ND drop-in filter in the adapter. Anyway, also in the front you'll see a mini XLR connection and another USB-C port that currently works perfectly with the Ursa Cine viewfinder. Coming from mostly shooting with mirrorless cameras like the A7 IV or the A7S III, this type of EVF is definitely something new for me. The way this EVF system is designed is pretty awesome though. It allows for a lot of flexibility as far as how you want this EVF positioned. You can move it in or out, forward or backward, and adjust the tilt of the viewfinder itself. On top of the viewfinder, there are 6 control buttons: zoom for focus assistance, an exposure button for toggling false color, a record button for, well, recording, and 3 customizable function buttons. It's powered and receives data from the Pyxis through a single USB-C cable. That front USB-C port will also work with the Pyxis monitor, which will probably be amazing and hopefully available soon. One thing that immediately stood out to me when first powering on the Pyxis was just how user-friendly the Blackmagic interface and menu system is. The touchscreen is super responsive, and even though you have a ton of things to customize and adjust, the menu doesn't feel complicated and is very well structured. The first time I went through the menu, I pretty much straight away found everything I was looking for without the need of a manual or a bunch of tutorials, which is something that can't be said for a lot of other camera manufacturers. Another amazing thing about the Pyxis, especially coming from someone used to shooting on Sony cameras, is the amount of resolutions you can choose from. 6K open gate, 6K DCI, Super 35 4x3, 4K DCI, and so on. And you know what else is super user-friendly and makes life less complicated? Audio. If you don't know Audio, it's a music licensing platform with a ton of great features that help you find the exact music you're looking for. Link Match AI, for example, lets you search for music similar to a song you found on, let's say, Spotify or YouTube. You simply copy-paste the link and Audio's AI search engine will offer you a bunch of matching soundtracks. Or you can save time searching for music with Hans AI. Here you just type in what kind of music you're looking for and Hans AI will offer you 6 recommendations to match your description. Audio also has a ton of sound effects to add another level to your videos, plus you can use all their music and sound effects for personal and client work if you get a pro subscription. You can get 70% off with my link and code in the video description, making it only $59 for your first year of Audio. So go check them out, and a big thanks to Audio for sponsoring this video. So I already mentioned how this camera has a ton of rigging options available straight out of the box, but like most people getting this camera, I want to rig this thing out to its full potential. Now I will be doing a full rig build video once I've had a bit more time with the Pyxis, but so far the guys at Condor Blue were kind enough to send over a bit of their gear, and I'm slowly putting together the pieces and seeing what's best for my work. There's already a lot of rigging gear available from a number of brands for the Pyxis, but I found that the Condor Blue stuff made the most sense for me. Their cage is made up from different parts that can be mounted in all different kinds of positions, or you can only use certain parts of the cage if you want a more stripped down setup. So I really love the versatility of this Condor Blue cage, plus they have a bunch of other high quality gear that matches perfectly to this cage. Anyway, full rig build video coming real soon, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. One other thing I want to talk about before we get into a few of the negatives about this camera is the price of the Pyxis. For just under $3,000, you are getting a pretty incredible deal with everything that this camera has to offer. But if this is your first box style camera, you are going to have to invest a little bit in accessories to actually be able to use the Pyxis. A few BPU batteries or a V-mount, a monitor or an EVF, some rigging gear, and CF Express cards. So if you don't already have some of these things, you will be spending a bit more than that $3,000. The Pyxis is still more affordable than other box style cinema cameras, but don't be fooled by that initial cheap price tag. When the Pyxis was first announced, there were a lot of people with several complaints about what this camera doesn't have. For example, it doesn't have internal NDs. And I would have definitely loved to see this on a camera like the Pyxis, but it would have probably made the camera quite a bit more expensive. I like the solution of using something like the Mofage Poco adapter that has a drop-in variable ND whenever I'm using PL lenses. And probably the biggest drama for most people is the fact that the Pyxis doesn't have a flippy screen. And coming from using mirrorless cameras myself, I get the frustration, but I also understand why it doesn't have it. The screen isn't meant for monitoring, and adding a flippy screen would have also probably increased the cost of the Pyxis. The Pyxis has no HDMI and only an SDI output for connecting a monitor. Now, unless you're using the Blackmagic monitor, which works off of USB-C, or you use an HDMI to USB-C cable, you have to use SDI. And again, I get that. I would have also loved the option between HDMI or SDI, but that is for someone coming from mirrorless cameras, and these missing features are things you would also not find on other much higher end cinema cameras. And I think Blackmagic saw the target market for this camera to be DPs who have matte boxes with NDs or other ND solutions, who have their own monitor, and who are going to prefer the industry standard SDI instead of HDMI. So I would say if these missing features are in fact a total deal breaker for you, then perhaps this camera is not the right camera for you. And in a world of Pyxis, FX3s, FX30s, Lumix S5 IIX, and so on, there are a ton of high quality, amazing cameras available right now to suit almost everyone's needs. Anyway, those are my 2 cents on the Pyxis so far. I will be shooting a short film with this camera soon and a bunch of other stuff, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see more on the Pyxis. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!